All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. And it's Fun Wednesday with Lhey. And we are here with Pink and Main live. And we're going to be creating and sharing with you some new products that are coming this Friday. There you go. Thank you guys for letting me know that there's no audio. Is it working now? Is it working? Hey, there. All right. Great, great, great. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lhey Ralston. I'm also known as Mommy Lhey on the internet. And it's time to go live with Pink and Main. So a little bit of admin stuff. And you guys did it already. So thank you so much for that. All right, you guys are so good. Please do hit that like button if you're watching on both YouTube and Facebook, actually. So we're both live, in both accounts. So hello. Hi, Caitlin. Hello. I'm here. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. So like what I said, new releases are coming this Friday, April 21st. So we are super excited about that. Everyone in Pink and Main are super excited because when I open the box, I kid you not, I mean, I can just go on and on, product after product after product. And everything is just so adorable. Everything is just so cute. And also, if you are subscribed to the newsletter, then you should have gotten an email this afternoon that our pink foil machine are now shipping. So if you haven't pre-ordered that, you can now order it and it will ship to you. So, all right. So today in front of me, I have the watercolor gem. So this is the sparkling watercolor. Let's move on the overhead. I took it out of the package. And what it is watercolor powder. So watercolor pigments with some mica powders in here. So sparkling watercolors because it's going to be shimmery and sparkly and beautiful and bright. So I figured we'll do some swatching tonight and we'll create a very simple card. Like what I said, last week, we were supposed to go do a simple card and we changed everything. But today, I kind of have everything that I wanted to do because I want this to be simple. So now that spring is here, summer is next, I pulled out my Aloha dies. I don't want to do any stamping, so just really some dies. And then we're going to create a background. We're going to create some fun, since it's Aloha, we're going to create some watercolor background using some rainbow colors, right? And so I have some watercolor paper in here. But before that, I really want to do some swatches with you guys. We also have some easy flow water brushes. We have a set of 6 premium water brushes in here that comes in many different tips. So you have an extra fine, so super fine tip in here. This one, so really small one, very super fine tip. And then that's great for details, adding some details if you're doing some blending. And of course, we're dealing with very small stamped images. So we really need that very fine brush. This one is kind of like a medium brush, round brush. All right. So I put in some water in some of these. The extra fine, I didn't feel like I needed today. So there's 2 parts over here. You're going to unscrew this, right? And then you can fill it with water. So all you got to do is unscrew, add some water in there. If you have some water drops like this one, you can use that, but I just go to the sink and then add some water in there. And then when you want to activate it and start the water flow, basically the water will flow naturally in here. If you are familiar with any type of water brushes, the water will flow naturally. Now, not every round brushes or water brushes like this are created equal. Some are just like the water will flow uncontrollably, and it's really hard to manage when it's like that. This one, when you want to get that water started, you're going to push it here. It's very simple. It says push. So you give it a little push, and then you'll get that water flowing and all that. And then I've tried the other one. The water was flowing just perfectly fine, which is I work with a lot of water brushes from many different companies. So I'm super happy with the quality of this one. I'm happy with that. All right. So we have 3 different round brush. That's the medium. You have small, medium, and then you have a large like this. So that's the largest round brush. And then you have 3 flat brush. Same, you have a small, medium, and then a large tip as well. Hello, everybody. All right. So we're going to have to ask Michelle about that, where the mica powder is coming from. All right, hold on. So this is the large, I believe. Nope, that's the medium. This is the large. And this is going to be the small flat brush. So we have small, medium, large, and the same with the round brushes. You have small, medium, large as well. Okay, and then I'm going to go push that on the side. I have a clean bowl of water so we can get this started. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip directly into, if you have a palette, if you want to use a palette, you can use a palette. But I'm just going to dip my round brush in there. And then I'm going to grab some paper towel to make sure that my brush is thoroughly clean. And I'm going to start with the color Sapphire. I'm going to switch over to this camera so we can see it much better. Don't know if it's going to adjust that. All right. So I'm just dipping directly. This is the Sapphire color. I'm getting a little bit more, dipping more water in there. Like that. Then what I want to do is I'm just going to drop in a few. So I have something like really more concentrated and vibrant. So I can see the color. And it's really important to do some swatching before you start working with any type of medium, whether it's a marker, whether it's watercolors. Because if you're going to be using it in a certain paper also, make sure to use it in a paper that you're always using. Because there's going to be no point if you're going to make some swatches and you know that you're not going to use that paper for your project. So make sure that the paper that you're going to swatch your watercolors or your markers are the exact papers that you're going to use for your project. I'm going to add some concentrated in there just so I can see that. This one is the eggplant color. Okay, so my husband and I were talking earlier, and we're kind of wondering, do you call it Caribbean or Caribbean? Because I call it Caribbean. But remember, English is my second language. So I really, I'm not, yes, this is a watercolor paper that I'm using, Lorraine. It is from Michaels. It's fairly inexpensive. It is their artist #2. So make sure to grab that. It is a 300 GSM. 140 pound, but this is the watercolor paper. I use it for everything. I use it for my projects. I use it for card making. I use it for lettering. So that's the one that I'm using. Okay. All right, this one is the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. That's beautiful. Just gonna dip in for more water so that it will flow. I'm using basically it's called the wet on dry. So I have a wet brush on a dry watercolor paper, right? So you can see the reason why I'm doing like something that with more intensity and then a washed color as well with a lot of water so that you can get different look for different projects. For example, you just want a really washed out color, then you want to see what that looks like as well, right? And if you want a more vibrant color, then you really want to get that powder in there to see the full potential of that pigment. That's why I have areas where it's just really there's a lot of water, and then areas where I just drop the powder directly in there so I can really see it with full vibrancy. So that's the Caribbean or the Caribbean. The next color would be, let's go for the dark sky. And then I'm going to write the colors, the color names in there later also. Yeah, Sherry, the colors are super vibrant. Severine said, my favorite color watercolor paper is the Kid Made Modern brand, but I can't get it. Oh, I hate it when they do that. You know, you like something, then they stop. It's like, no, why did you do that? I understand. I trust me. I know how you feel because that happened to me too. I have like a favorite notebook and they just stopped making it. It's like a journal that I really, really like. The paper, but then I guess, you know, everybody else liked the other type, the other kind. So when they upgraded, it felt like a downgrade to me, but to everybody else, I'm sure that it was an upgrade. But to me, I felt like, no, I really like that journal. So this one is a like a gunmetal color, but the shimmer in here is silver. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a different shade of pigment, and then you're going to get a different shimmer from those glitter colors. So I'm going to say that this one is like a gunmetal gray. So you can get from gray to a dark black also, just depending on how much pigment you're going to use. So you can use it for like light background, light gray to a dark black as well. I don't think it's going to go really deep, intense black, but of course, the more pigment, the more intensity or more vibrancy that you're going to get from the pigments, right? It's so beautiful. The next one would be the emerald color. You know what? Let's go neutral. So I'll just use the Lhey. Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to do that later. Yes, we're going to try and do that too. So this one is the Lhey. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I mean, I cannot pick which one's my favorite. So I'm just dipping, getting more water so I can move this. When you're having some problem moving around your pigments or watercolors, the problem that's happening is that you don't have enough water. So watercolor is, you know, it can be tricky, but it really is just easy. It's the water pigment ratio, you know, how much you're going to use. Um, and then it's all about just really practicing. Practicing is the key. Practice, 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 practice. I'm just going to drop all these colors as well. So hold on. Like that. I'm going to drop it directly. Look. So it's kind of like blooming and following that movement of the paper, which is I really, really love. And that is called wet on wet when doing watercolors. Look at that. That is so gorgeous. You know, watercolor paper, I mean, really the best one that you can get out in the market right now would be the Archer's watercolor. But when we're doing card making, I don't think that's necessary. That's why really the watercolor that I'm working with is it's not expensive, the watercolor paper. Apologize. This camera is having a hard time picking up. Keep up. So I use Canson, honestly. This is what I use every day, that Michaels brand. I use Strathmore. So those are the brands that you just find. I find out you can buy it at Walmart, you can buy it at Michaels, Amazon. So there's going to be a lot of brands out there, you know, but it's really depending on the project you're using. If I'm going to be probably working on a client's, you know, artwork or something that I know I'm going to sell, then you need something that really going to last you for a long time. 100% cotton, of course. But for card making, I am happy with the simple ones, Michaels, Canson, Strathmore. So, but as long as it's around 300 GSM, it's very thick, it holds water, and I like it. So, but the Michaels, make sure that you go one level up, because I think the artist one would be much more thinner. So I'd go for the artist number 2, and they go on sale. So just wait for that sale. Look at this bloom. I don't think I put enough water, so it's not blooming enough, but I love that vibrancy. This one has that teal shimmer undertone to it. So you get this leaf green pigment, and then you get that almost like an aqua teal undertone. The camera might have a hard time picking it up, but it does have that beautiful aqua shimmer. That's gorgeous. All right, so that's our cool tones. I apologize. Then we have Milky Way. This one is just white. What I'm going to do is make sure my brush is clean. I want to go directly on top of that gunmetal so we can actually see it. I believe that this is available as a set. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Michelle's going to offer this open stock. That I don't know. We're going to have to ask Michelle. So this is the Milky Way, the white one. So I want to see if it's going to be opaque on top of the night sky. And if you really look at that, can you see the white? It is opaque enough if you use a lot of that concentrated powder. So you can see it. So that's nice. Usually if I get like white watercolor, it just makes everything else like pastel. So it's kind of like, ugh. I don't like that. I'm going to go use a different paper. So let's set that aside just so I can have my warms in here. I should have put the latte in here for the warm colors also, but it's okay. So this one, I will use the sunny color, the yellow one. I'm just dipping in there. This is like a lemon color. I don't know why the camera is picking it up as neon. It is not. It does not look like neon in real life, guys. So it's just this. I don't know why they do that. So it's not a bright neon color, I promise. It's almost like a very lovely shade of a lemon yellow. So it's beautiful. I'm going to dip right there. And just put in the powder directly. So we can see that. Yes, absolutely. No, I love using some white pens on top also, but I just really wanted to see if that's going to give us some opacity, the Milky Way, and it did, right? All right, this one is citrine color. So the orange color, grabbing more water in here. This is gorgeous. This is bright and happy. It's almost like, I don't know why that color, I promise you, it does not look like that. Let's switch over to front face. Maybe that one. This one is giving me like a marigold color. But it's called citrine. It has this deep orange shimmer tone to it. So deeper than the pigment. It's gorgeous. Let's see if I can zoom that in. beautiful. Add that directly in there. There. That's pretty. Yeah, I love that shimmer here. It's like a deeper orange shimmer tone to it. That is beautiful. All right, next one, we are going to use Flamingo. I already like the sound of it because it's pink. All right, clean my brush. Get there. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. That is hot pink. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So pretty. All right, I can already see my rainbow color in here. Now we'll drop some. I'll drop in here so we can get some concentrate. Ah, that's pretty. All right, next one is Ruby. It's my mom's name. It's also amazing how when you look at the powder and then you look at what it look how faded that color is compared to when the water touched it. It's like so beautiful. Wow, this one has like a ruby undertone. It's like a gorgeous pink color also. I can't say it's red. Maybe the shimmers are red, but the pigment is not. It's beautiful. It's like a lovely shade of rose pink. It's beautiful. That is lovely. All right, last but not the least, we have Rhodolite. I love crystals. This one, the powder looked more like maroon color, so I'm not sure what it's going to look like. It's giving me like a red wine color. Just, ooh, that is beautiful. Okay, that's gorgeous. I love all the pinks in here. And I love that they're all so different too. And again, you can build up your intensity, right? So if you feel like, oh my God, that is so too bright for me, then use less powder. And if you feel like, it's not opaque enough for me, then just use more powder. That's how it works. That's why I love watercolors. But watercolors are really known for their transparency. That's why we use watercolors. So if you want more opaque, you have to use a gouache, an acrylic. Watercolor will always have the transparency, and that's what makes watercolors unique. All right, so these are all the colors that we have. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see. Oops. I think I ruined it, but these are all the colors that's included in the set, and this will be available this Friday. Oh my God, that is so pretty. I am really happy that the Milky Way, look at that. Okay, okay. That's so beautiful. Okay, so I know the colors. I'm going to put them aside. Right now, we're going to create a background, and I know what I want. I really want that, gosh, the flamingo color, I think. Citrine. I want the sunny. I want the emerald. I want the Caribbean. And then we'll use the sapphire and the eggplant. All right. I think that's it. So I've already pre-cut my paper, my watercolor paper. I'm going to use a watercolor paper also. All right, so we have this one here. And then I have my A2 base. I'm going to set it aside just so we don't get crazy. I am also going to be embossing it using the micro dots. I'm going to put that inside. So now with it being embossed, I love that we're going to just drop the powder in here. That's what we're going to do. And then those powder are going to get into some of the cracks. So it's interesting what kind of result we're going to get here. So I'm excited to see that. So we can also apply it directly if we want more intensity. I'm going to change this. I don't know, guys. I always forget my settings when I'm doing embossing. I believe that I have to remove 2 of these first to emboss. It's a sign of old age. I cannot remember anything. Am I the only one? All right, here. Here we go. Okay. Let me see that. Yep. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right. Moving that, setting that aside. And then also for our dies, I'm going to use a watercolor paper as well. I think I'm going to keep the Aloha. Remember this Aloha die cuts. So you have the word Aloha, then you also have an outline. So if you want to set this one more flat and have this one set it higher and use some foam tapes. And I'm going to use this one. This is going to be the first time I'm going to use this. I've used the word, but I've never used the flower, the hibiscus flower. So that looks so lovely. All right, grabbing this one. And then I'm going to use a watercolor paper as well. So where I put the watercolor papers? There we go. One watercolor paper. And then this. All right. And then I'm going to cut another one. The word Aloha itself. Can I do both? I don't think I can. Let's just run it off like that. Yes, I love gouache also. But you know when you've gotten so used to watercolor and then you use a different medium and you're like, how do you create with this? Especially the first gouache that I've tried was the jelly gouache and all that. There was a hype at one point and I'm like, how do you use it? And so, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. So this, you have this frame, you have a circle, and then you have your hibiscus. That is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. And so if you don't want it, you can use this also as a stencil. No, not really, because it's not closed in. But that's my flower. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if I can. So the key is to not throw this one side so you can put together your flower. I always throw it away. So I'm going to set that aside because this is going to be like a puzzle. So we're going to set that one aside. There. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it, to be honest with you, because we also have another floral set coming in. And I have this one. This is embossed and dies set. This is coming on Friday. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. I cannot find the name because I can't find the I cannot find it, but this one is coming. So you have 3 sets of flowers, you have 3 sets of leaves, and then you have 3 sets for the middle part or your stamen of the flower. And so I kind of pre-cut it earlier because I don't know if I want to use it. But I have this set. I have this on the side. I'm just going to set this one. This is what we have. You can also use it as a layer. Look at this. I'm going to layer the flowers. So you can make it like this. And then you can use the smallest stamen like that. So you can stack it and layer it. Use it like that. Both leaves. Or you can use it individually as well. So really, you can use it different ways. So this feels like, you know, almost like a tropical flower as well. So we can use this also. And that's why I have that there, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to use a hibiscus, but I really do know what I want from my background. So spray with the water. So we want it damp, but I don't want it super wet. So I'm just going to put in my paper towel and just kind of like take out that extra moisture. So I want to start with the flamingo. And this time what I want to do is I really want to, instead of dropping it, we're going to do that later. I want to get that real intensity of the colors. So we're going to apply it like how we did with our swatching. Okay. So I want to apply it directly into a moist watercolor paper. And I know it's warping right now, and it's okay. We're going to tape it anyways. I have the emerald, Caribbean, and actually I might skip the sapphire and just go ahead with the eggplant. We'll see first. So again, I'm going to apply it directly. And this time I'm going to use a flat brush just so I can cover a much larger space. Set my water in here. Hello, hello, Carmen. Right, so I'm going to go straight in with the flamingo like that. And I'm just going to apply it directly. See the powder? Because my paper is just wet enough, but it's not really super wet. So I'm just dipping and grabbing more color, more water, right? So this is going to be like an intense rainbow background. That is bright. That's a flamingo. I'm going to clean my brush, make sure it's clean. And I'm not worried about, because this is the rainbow color, so even if they blend, look at that. They're going to look lovely. All right, orange and pink. They look gorgeous. I'm just worried about my spacing, making sure I have enough space for all the colors. So I feel like I added too much of the flamingo. I'm not mad at that because I love pink, so we're okay. So I'm just moving some in there and blending it with the pink because we're just going to have a more intense orange over there. That's good also. All right, cleaning my brush. Now going in for Sunny. And I'm just going to apply it. Again, these colors are going to look lovely even when they touch. They're supposed to. So pretty. I think I have enough space. All right, going in with the emerald. It's so pretty. So that emerald is throwing some aqua shimmers in there, showing off. It's beautiful. All right, making sure it's clean again. I'm going with the Caribbean. Ooh, oops, look at that. I dropped some in the green. That's perfectly fine. It looks beautiful anyways. Like that. We might use our sapphire after all, because we have enough space in here. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more emerald, just so it doesn't get lost with that Caribbean. And I'm going back in where it dropped in my yellow. And then it's going to bloom. This is how you erase, right? You add water, you pick up the pigment, dab it in your paper towel, and then now we can add more yellow to it. Like nothing really happened. Grab more. Just add more in there. All right. We're going to have some water happening here on the side. You can go and just put your paper towel in there. It will absorb that. Right? I don't want to really erase anything. I just know that there's a little bit of that bleed happening with the green. So if you want, you can do this. Tip it over also, because it's better if it blends going down instead of going up. So I don't want that. So I'm just going to hold it like this. And I'm going in with the eggplant and then blend it. Like that. Wow, these colors are crazy intense. Beautiful. I love it. That is lovely. Again, if you want to feel like you have too much water in there, just pick it up with your brush and then clean it in your paper towel. So like that, and then dab. Right? Dab. I'm going to add a little bit more Caribbean in there, just a tiny bit. Like that. There. That is intense. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay. Last but not the least, we will be using the sapphire. That's pretty. Down there. I feel like this is less opaque than the eggplant. So I'm just going to add a bit more powder in here to really get the same intensity of colors that we have going on here. Ah, that's beautiful. All right. Now I'm going to just put this away real quick, just so we don't make a mess. Than what we already have. We already have a mess in here. But isn't that beautiful? I'm going to use my heat tool to dry everything because, you know, we want instant gratification. It's always recommended that you let it dry naturally, because the way it blooms and dries, or they say it's different. But for us, okay, maybe for me, that is not too patient. All right. So now I'm just dabbing some excess water in there, not trying to take out any of the pigments. Okay, I want the pigments in there, so I don't want that to go away. I'm going to clean my table because if we're going to set up our card, put together our card, that's definitely going to ruin my card. So I'll just set that. First, I'll dry this one. I'm going to use my heat tool while it's still super hot. I'm just seeing if I can see the shimmer change while it's drying. You can definitely see the shimmer. Hold on. I'm not sure if... Can you guys see the shimmer? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard. Camera's not picking it up. But that color, the intensity of color is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm not super thrilled by the way that the citrine blended with the pink, but it's okay. Imperfectly perfect. It's okay. Now my test would be, will the shimmer transfer? All right, so that's my question. So we're gonna play with that. I don't know if because we dried it a natural way, but we're gonna find out if that shimmer will stay or will it transfer. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Can you guys see the shimmer at all? Ah, that is beautiful. All right, I think it's dry. All right, the question, will it transfer, you guys? We are going to find out. Let us see. But before that, let me clean up my... Please. With the baby wipes. My handy dandy, trustworthy baby wipes. Thank you, baby wipes. All right. And then let me grab some foam tapes. Okay, this is what I have. And so that is what I'm going to use. We have some glue. I love that mono air. Let me see. I'm going to clean my finger and then we're going to try if this will transfer. There's no transfer. And it's so shimmery. Ah, that is so pretty. All right, where is my base? This is it. Now my question is vertical. I think vertical is what I want. Now look, this is what we got from the Aloha die set. We have this. We have this. I can use that and skip on the hibiscus and actually put together this one. Or skip the frames. Okay, guys, you're going to have to help me out with this one. I know I'm not the only one. I do this. I do this a lot. I feel like I want to set this up individual, but in layers. Maybe the smallest one would be on a foam tape, you know, kind of like this, and then put my word aloha on top. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. I think so. And I want to keep it white. I don't want to put anything in there because that background is a focal point. All right. So let's set it up. Let's set up our card. Did I do our word aloha? I did not. Of course I did not. Because remember, we couldn't do it. Set that aside. Let me just set this up first. Oh, I cannot see. I think I did okay. There we go. All right. We can actually put it. Guys, I know I'm not the only one who does this. Or I want the biggest one here. Okay, you guys help me decide on that one. I'm going to die cut my word aloha. Aloha, hello and goodbye. That's the trouble with hello is goodbye. Aloha. I'm going to use a white cardstock. And then I don't know if I want to create an outline. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. See if I can do it both. Like that. Yep, I can. Perfect. Of course, I need this. Like that. Can you believe it's already Thursday tomorrow and then it's Friday? It's crazy. Time flies so fast. Thank you, Carmen. Yes, the rainbow turned out so pretty. Hi, Julian. Yeah, I know. The camera's not picking up that shimmer. It's disappointing, but in real life, it is very shimmery. I promise you. It's beautiful. I think that the balance between the color and the shimmer is just absolutely lovely. I mean, how sometimes, you know, how when it's something's too shimmery, it can be overwhelming also. But I think the ratio of the pigment, the opaqueness of the pigment, and then the shimmer, that ratio is really, really, really good. I love it. Let me see if I want to do my hibiscus. And this is going to be tricky. I think this is how it was, like that. Man, that was tough putting that together. I don't know. Both are really, really lovely. Even just the word aloha is so beautiful already. And just that, look at that. I mean, just that alone is so pretty. I don't know what's going on with this top. I think it didn't cut all the way through. Please tell me I'm not the only one who does this all the time. I mean, I always have this something like, this is what I want to do. And then when I see something, I change my mind constantly. All right, I think I'm just going to cut this one like that. Okay. Like that. I love that. I mean, I love that. That alone is so beautiful already. It feels more aloha than the florals. Do you agree? Right? I feel like this is more aloha to me. All right, change my mind again. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my glue and we're gonna put things together and we're done. So if you guys have any question whatsoever, I'll try and answer them. And I'm also gonna do everything in one flat, the whole flower. Okay. Oops, there's a bit of glue sticking out. We're just gonna let that dry. I'm not going to erase this one. Just keep it simple. Sometimes when it's simple, it's even more lovely. And I love that the background really is the focal point of this card. Yes, I agree. You really can. I mean, the rainbow is really showing off here. The Rainbow State. I don't know if it's true, but they said that Hawaii is going to change their plates. I hope not. That rainbow is so pretty. I miss the islands. I want to go back. Hopefully this summer I'll have time. Hawaii is so beautiful. The people is just beautiful. The aloha there is so beautiful. I mean, you feel it. The island is magical. All right. I'm going to go clean up all those little tiny things later, but I don't want to keep you forever, so I'm just going to make this a bit faster. I think I'm going to keep it flat also. Yeah, keep everything flat. Keep this white. Aloha. I hope you guys have a lovely evening, rest of your evening. I'm on Central Standard, so I'm going to go jump in the shower, then jump in bed. But I really, really enjoyed my time with you. I always do every Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. And I hope you guys don't forget all the new release happening this Friday, April 21. I can add a little bit of enamel dots in here. Maybe. I don't know, but I'm going to keep it simple for now. Everything else, I'm going to go closer so you guys can see the details. This is what we created with our watercolor gems. Shimmering watercolor. It's so beautiful. Maybe like that. I don't know why the camera is not picking up our shimmer, but it is gorgeous, you guys. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you for joining and hanging out with me. Again, my name is Lhey Ralston. I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. I hope that this was inspiring. Until next Wednesday, I'll see you guys again. Thank you all so much.